Hey, what's up? Welcome to another Lens Music Memories video for the month of December. I think I've come up with a good idea for a podcast. I'm going to dig into my own record collection, and every podcast I'm going to discuss the album. Um, Hopefully, I can get friends to join me on the podcast. I'll do solo, and I'll try to get some friends to do some, and try to get one out every week. That's my not a New Year's resolution, but we'll call it that. My beard fell out because I trimmed too close over here, and I just said, "Screw it." So now you can see all my chins in their glory. Yeah. So Christmas is on the way. We're gonna talk about Bob and Doug's 12 Days of Christmas in a few minutes. I'm going to do the history of December, for the month of December. In 1983, Neil Young is sued by Geffen Records for producing albums that are not commercial in nature and musically uncharacteristic of his previous albums. He made some pretty good albums, I think, for Geffen. But yeah, they definitely weren't, you know, his earlier work. In the 80s, he was starting to get a little, going back to his folk roots a little more. Kind of not really playing with Crazy Horse. But when he got back together with them, that's some good music right there. 1982, Epic Records released Thriller, Michael Jackson's first solo album in 3 years. Yeah, that made a little bit of money, that one. December 2nd, 1970, Jay-Z is born Sean Carter. And 1967, the Monkees set a record by achieving 4 number one albums in the same year. December 3rd, 1979, 11 Who fans are trampled to death rushing to gain admittance for general seating at Cincinnati's Riverfront Stadium. First concert I ever went to, big concert, was a Guns N' Roses concert. Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Faith No More. There was the riot in Montreal, and they were supposed to play Toronto the next night, and they postponed it. So my parents were worried about my safety on that one because they thought, oh, they've heard, they remember hearing the story about the Who people getting trampled. And my dad said, if something like that ever happens and you get knocked down, cover your head and kidneys. And I've used that a lot in life, is the cover my head and kidneys. So I have to thank my dad for great word of wisdoms. He may have had a few beers when he told me that, so take it with a grain of salt, I guess. On December 6, 1988, Roy Orbison dies of a massive heart attack at the age of 52. Way too young. He was just starting to make really good music again with Traveling Wilburys. So, I mean, he would have had a whole other career, I think, for 88 on with them. In 69, the Rolling Stones headlined a free show at Altamont Speedway in California. The Hells Angels handle security and stab a man to death during the show. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have seen Gimme Shelter, the documentary on that. And, I mean, what could have went wrong there, right? Loud truck. In 1956, the amazing guitarist Randy Rhoads is born. Toured with Ozzy. And, had an affair with Sharon, one night only. On December 7th, 1949, Tom Waits is born. Waits? December 8th, 1980, John Lennon is gunned down in front of his New York City apartment building after returning home from a recording session with his wife, Yoko Ono. That was a big one. I was 4. I don't remember it, but again, another one taken way too soon by a psychotic fan. What are you going to do? 1947, Greg Allman is born. 1943, Jim Morrison is born. December 10th, 1967, Otis Redding dies in a plane crash. Jeez. Stay away from planes, guys. December 11th, 1964, Sam Cooke is shot and killed by hotel manager Bertha Franklin. 1957, Jerry Lee Lewis secretly weds his third wife, his third cousin, Myra Gale Brown. The South, yes, December 18th, 1943, Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones is born. December 23rd, Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam is born, as well as 1955, Bruce Hornsby. Christmas Eve, baby. Not only my mother, there's a bunch of people, I'm sure, in the world, but Lemmy of Motorhead. Yeah. On December 25th, Jimmy Buffett is born. All right. Jesus and Jimmy. All right. That was 1946. Jimmy Buffett, not Jesus. December 26, 1968, Led Zeppelin begins its first U.S. tour. In 1940, music producer and Wall of Sound creator Phil Spector is born. December 27th, 1932, Radio City Music Hall opens to the public in New York City's Rockefeller Center. In 1952, David Knopfler, the young brother of Mark Knopfler of Dire Straits, is born. December 30th, 1999, George Harrison is stabbed several times but survives after he and his wife Olivia are attacked by an intruder in their home outside of London. December 31st, 1943, John Denver is born, John Henry Deutschendorf. So there are your big stories from the past of December in the music world. Of course, December is a big month for Christmas, and there's a lot of Christmas music. We made a Christmas list on the Lens Music Memory Facebook page. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. You can add music to it now. I made the music list on Tidal. I switched from Spotify to Tidal a month ago. So I've given that a look-see poo. But one of my favorite all-time Christmas songs is by Bob and Doug McKenzie off of their album Bob and Doug McKenzie, self-titled. Their 12 Days of Christmas, their version is very Canadian and hilarious. And having played Doug McKenzie to Tim Whitehead's Bob McKenzie in high school, we played Beer Hunter, one of the Christmas, I think, yeah, it was Christmas. We did Christmas presents for each other. I choked on a donut and tried to spit it up in the tuba. We played Beer Hunter, and I believe Tim's Bob McKenzie gave me a Canadian elastic tie. So, good memories with that. But their 12 days, we didn't sing 12 Days of Christmas. We didn't want to put people through us singing anything like that. We could have lip synced it, I guess, but I don't know if that would have been cheesy or not. So, but yeah. Take off. We're done. Take off, you hosers. That's it. Till next time.